Greetings, I all praise King Selassie the first, Rastafari, comes through the clouds with lightning in his mouth. This video on egopression. Not only does capital serve to empower the divisor classes, yet also prestige. So that if a person is seen as worthy of respect, worthy of attention, worthy of trust, they'll be more influential, or they can bring more power onto themselves. They have an advantage over others. This occurs when you have a capital-based system built on a plantation model, sometimes referred to as a pyramid scheme, where you have a few individuals at the top and barriers of obstruction or protection of ever-increasing populations underneath them. And those people in subordinate positions also aspire to achieve status, and so they tend to look onto those in the higher levels as mentors, role models, people to follow. And in doing so, they serve those top tier slaveholders, and in return that further enriches those divisor slaveholding classes. So egopression is when people believe themselves to be superior to others, and as they make their way up the ranks of man-made institutions, they also inherit knowledge that is not common to their inferiors, along with the very important role of keeping secrets, keeping the ways of the oppressor protected. And in doing so, they are promoting the oppressor, because the folks in lower level positions are looking up to those folks who are protecting the oppressor, and it's feeding into this idea that salvation is worshiping and serving the beast. When people acquire that knowledge, it enables them to make decisions that others would not have the ability to make, to produce more accurate outcomes. If you can know every person's whereabouts, what they're doing, who they communicate with. Perhaps you have a business and there's a competitor, well, you can find out anything about that person. It would help you to outcompete that person. An obvious example is in securing supplies. If your competitor is getting his supplies or her supplies cheaper than you, they're able to, undercut your prices. And if you could find out where they're getting their supplies, you could also have the ability to level the playing field. So once people acquire this knowledge, they believe themselves to be superior to others, because, well, why should we let the inferiors come in when we have the knowledge that they don't know? Or sometimes the excuse is, oh, they just don't know what they're talking about. But the oppressor class don't bother to inform the classes that are deemed inferior as of what it is that they don't know. You see how that works? And so the cycle continues where the oppressor classes use the capital, get information about others, build up their status, allowing for easier access to all kinds of resources, and increasing their privilege in the process, making it entirely easy to dominate over others. All underneath the banner of the beast. And folks underneath are supposed to take an oath and pledge allegiance to this beast that is causing them much damage. And the Babylonian man swear up and down that he and he alone can manage populations, and that he and he alone has everything and everyone figured out. That's what we call egopression. When that man is just not willing to look at himself, he finds a need to place the blame in all kinds of ways by labeling others to be the problem, to being ignorant, or not having capacity of understanding at his superior level. And in that way, if one is to criticize the Babylon man, to say that no, in fact, it is his system that is causing the human race's demise and the entire planet, he will most certainly take it personally and find a way to cost that person that has boldly demonstrated his or herself in righteousness. Give him thanks, Jah.